What's up, everybody? So today it was 11th of March, and today was a really like very choppy day, I would say. और आज क्या सीन था, आज ये सीन था कि today it was CPI as well. So I had marked the ranges. This was a zone for me कि अगर price ने यहाँ से नीचे breakdown देती तो I would enter for sales, and if price would have like broken above this range, then I would have entered for buys because there was a clean range for buys over here. If you guys can see, this is clean range for buys, and then over here this clean range for sells. And for me, this whole zone was a no trade range because over here like things were very choppy. But you know what, let me show you one thing. So at this point, if I show you, I show you guys something. So over here at this point, this was this was like a zone within a zone. So this was a big zone, and in that big zone I was like observing some few things. So this was a support which was formed over here, but it came over all the way down over here. It respected the support, then it went back up, and then it came all the way back towards this internal support, and then it went back over here, and then over here it came all the way down, and then it closed back in the range. And then this candle, this current candle, this candle closed outside the range. So now what I was looking for at this point, I was looking for this was a wick, there's a candle which closed. So I thought, why not just enter as soon, just enter a sell, because I was looking for this wick fill. So I thought, why not just enter over here as soon as price breaks the low of this candle with a stop loss of a few pips, and uh, target would be this wick. Okay, so this was the trade idea, that this was a wick fill, price came back, price came down, closed below support, formed a good bearish candle, and as soon as it started to break the low of the previous candle, I would enter, and by considering this wick fill, this would be my target. So this was a trade idea, but that didn't happen, and then that didn't end up in my favor, as you guys can see over here. Like this was the wick fill, सही है, और ये जो ट्रेड थी, ये जो कैंडल थी, this was coming down, and ये नीचे आई नीचे आई नीचे आई, and then as soon as this candle closed, let me like close this. Yeah, as soon as this candle closed, I then let me just fast forward it a bit. Okay, so at this point this candle has closed, or it is closing. So at this point I was looking कि मैं बस एक ही चीज़ देख रहा था कि अब जो next 15 minute candle है ना, if it wicks up and then starts to break this low, then I can look for this wick fill. So yeah, and it's plus it's a downtrend. So मुझे पता था it was a very like it was a considerably a very risky trade, not my usual A plus setups, but मैंने ये trade ले ली by just risking 1%. So yeah, तो let me just fast forward it a bit. मैंने कहा हाँ, तो this was the trade. As soon as price wicked up, then it started to break the low, I entered over here, and my target was like I placed my TP over here, but this was my extended TP. This was my real TP. मतलब अगर यहाँ पे price आती I would have booked. सही है, ये तो मैंने TP इसलिए थोड़ी extend करके लगाता हूँ मैं, ताकि in case अगर बहुत ज़्यादा volume आ जाए तो मैं अच्छे प्रॉफिट्स बना लूँ. सो नाउ एट दिस पॉइंट मेरा ट्रेड आइडिया क्या था, मेरा ट्रेड आइडिया था कि दिस वाज अ सपोर्ट, प्राइस केम डाउन, broke the support with a good bearish candle, and there's a wick fill towards this side. So as soon as the next candle breaks the low of the previous candle by making a high first, so with volume, with CPI volume, with New York session volume, I was expecting price to first fill this wick, and then come all the way over to this level, and then take some support or just test this level. So that was my trade idea, but that never went in my favor. What happened is कि price ऊपर गई, it took out my stop loss, and then it kept on going up. तो ट्रेडिंग व्यू पे ये सीन हुआ था. मेरी ट्रेड क्या थी, मेरी ये ट्रेड थी, सही है, मैंने यहाँ पे ट्रेड एंटर की थी, टारगेट ये ऐसा कुछ था, लेकिन वो हुआ नहीं वैसे. सही है, इट टुक डिमांड फ्रॉम दैट लेवल, एंड देन इट वेंट अप. सो बेसिकली लाइक इन अ नटशेल, this was a very choppy range. I should have avoided this range because initially I had no plans to trade within this range. Then I saw some conferences, and then I got eager, tempted, and then I took the trade. But like nonetheless, just 1% trade idea was seemingly good, but I could have avoided this trade. So मैं ना, मेरा plans है कि सिर्फ अच्छे trades पे मैं अच्छे setups पे trades लूँ. तो अब से मैं अच्छे सेटअप्स पे ही लूँगा, ये मैं रिस्की सेटअप्स पे नहीं लूँगा। लाइक एक एक ट्रेड मुझे बस चाहिए। आई नीड जस्ट $200 टू लाइक पास दिस अकाउंट। आई नीड अ 1 to 2 एंड देन आई एम गोना पास दिस अकाउंट। सो मुझे उसको एक अच्छी ट्रेड पे लगाना है, सही है, पर रिस्किंग 1%, सही है। सो दिस वाज a great idea. I didn't end up playing in my favor. Lost around how much money? How much money did I lose, bro? I lost around. Uh, I lost around. Let's see. Why is this not? Bro, what the hell, man? Man, what the hell, bro? 5. Okay. Let's see. So at this point, I think I had. How much loss did I have today? Lost around 1%. I lost around $60. Yeah, $61. So yeah, so decent day. Like the trade idea was good, but never ended up being in my favor. CPIs are always tricky to handle. So this was a trade for the day. You guys can see this on the MT5 as well. History में जाओ आज तो yeah, $61 lose हुआ है आज. So yeah, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I think there is some news as well. कल भी कोई news है. If I spot a good setup, only then I'm gonna trade tomorrow. मैं ऐसे risky setups में नहीं कर रहा trade. अच्छा A+ setup मिलेगा, only then I'm gonna trade. Or I'm gonna sit for the session. मैं देखूँगा, I'll hunt for a trade. If I find a good trade, I'm gonna execute on that. If I don't find it, just call it a day and then move on. Then I'll trade it for the next week, because tomorrow is Thursday. Fridays ko it's always very choppy. Like I'm gonna sit both days. Let's see if we find a good setup. Only and only if I find a good setup, only and only then I'm gonna place a trade. Okay, so done for the day. I'll see you guys in the next trade recap. Bye bye.